Colorado has a trio of measures on the midterm ballot concerning alcohol sales.
Right now in Colorado, liquor stores are only allowed to operate 3 storefronts. Proposition 124 looks to change that.
Denver7's Megan Lopez has our 360 in-depth story tonight on who's behind Prop 124.
Of the 3 ballot initiatives dealing with alcohol, Proposition 124 is probably the easiest to overlook. Liquor license laws just aren't as attention-grabbing as alcohol delivery or wine in grocery stores. But this ballot question could have a big effect on the industry. Here's what it does. It asks voters if they want to allow liquor stores to be able to apply to open additional locations in a phased-in approach. First, they'd be able to have 8 licenses, then 13 in 2027, then 20 in 2032, and 5 years later, unlimited licenses. This measure has the business community split. David Ross,
I am an owner, operator of Big Fella Wine and Liquor out in Bennett, Colorado.
Is on the pro side. He opened his first store about 4 years ago and says it's been so successful he's ready for more.
I'd love to have a Big Fella 2 or a Little Fella. I haven't thought about how I'd name them yet.
Currently, Colorado law says these retail stores can only have up to 3 locations, though there are some exceptions for liquor licensed drugstores like Costco. But David is stuck at one store because he got his license more recently.
If you own a store after January 1st of 2017, I am just stuck at one for like forever.
And he says if other stores can have multiple locations, that's unfair. So for him, it's about leveling the playing field.
I like to tell people every day, it's like playing a game of baseball. They currently have a wooden bat. I have a wiffle ball bat.
This is basically a 3-generation business now.
Other small business owners like Carolyn Joy are not nearly as excited about Proposition 124's prospects.
This is really frustrating for me, especially because as a child, I remember my father having this same battle. This has been going on for years.
Like David, she only owns 1 store and says the competition would come down to who has enough money to buy the most locations.
What that means for a small business like mine, it really is devastating because I don't have the means to invest in additional businesses. This is my business.
And Chris Fine from the Colorado Licensed Beverage Association says this threatens the livelihoods of hundreds of mom and pop liquor shops.
What it's about is getting as many licenses as possible.
It's definitely not fair that you're giving one category the ability to grow and not the other.
This ballot measure might seem small, but it's attracting big bucks. The group behind it has raised $7 million and counting. All of that money coming from 3 sources, and all of it coming from outside the state. Colorado Fine Wines and Spirits, a Maryland-based company that shares an address with Total Wine, has contributed $5,323,000 to the effort. And Maryland Congressman David Trone and his brother Robert have each contributed another $900,000. The brothers are the founders of Total Wine.
It's really about greed. It's about these huge billion-dollar companies that are coming in and saying, we don't care about the small mom and pop. What we care about is simply profits.
So opponents are asking voters to think about the impacts this will have on Colorado businesses. Of the 3 alcohol-related ballot questions, Proposition 124 is probably the easiest to overlook. But it's complicated, and it could be one of the biggest changes in Colorado's liquor laws since Prohibition ended. Megan Lopez, Denver7.
And you may have seen the TV ads claiming that Prop 124 will help small liquor stores keep up with the bigger chains.
As Megan explained, turns out that the big liquor chains are primarily the ones pushing for this bill to pass and paying for those advertisements.
So I did some digging this afternoon, found that Colorado Fine Wines and Spirits LLC has made some of the largest campaign contributions in the state this year. 4 of the 10 largest contributions this year in Colorado come from that LLC, totaling $10 million. And as Megan mentioned, that group is based out of Maryland. Well, Instacart and Whole Foods have made 3 of the top 10 largest contributions for this election cycle. Both companies are backing wine in Colorado grocery stores. That one is Proposition 125. If you'd like to learn more about all these issues on this year's ballot, you can find all of Megan's 360 election stories right after they air. We put them on Denver7.com and on the free Denver7 app.